I'm going to assume we're going to have to shoot these things and blow them up to smithereens. Hello, it's Steve MWS here. Today I wanted to try something new. Last week they showed off Breath of the Wild 2, and I couldn't stop thinking about it for the entirety of the week. So I figured I'd try something new and review the footage and just make a little bit of predictions, a little footage analysis and all that good stuff. See what we can spot. Have a little fun today. That'll be cool. So here's the trailer. Let's get started. Ooh, here we got the evil tentacles and Link being attacked by Ganondorf's hand. So I believe the hand right here, where Link gets attacked, may have been caused by him touching Ganondorf or something and the evil malice that consumes him. So, yeah, that's one theory. Or maybe, who knows, Link's hand just got really numb. Maybe he was getting some sort of disease, and in Hyrule it just becomes this thing. But you'll see that in a minute. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Crusty Ganondorf. This right here. This. No. This guy right here. He's very handsome looking. Very handsome looking gentleman. And it's probably the most exciting thing about Breath of the Wild to me. Fun fact for those Zelda nerds out there, the last Ganon appearance was Twilight Princess, a 2006 game. So this is pretty nostalgic for me. And I'm pretty sure this is Ganondorf. Also, analyzing this, you can see some jewelry here. He's shirtless, like a Chad. He's got this little thing here. I don't know what's going on. An upper belly button, some jewelry here. Anyways, Mr. Crust Gando here is looking all, holy, and just ready to wreak havoc on the world once again. More evil wiggles. And there goes Zelda. And there she goes. Now there's a bunch of darkness that might represent the Dark World from Link to the Past. I'm just kidding. Here we are. We got Link free falling from an airplane here. Probably going to do a nice 360 spin. Somersault. But no, this is probably reminiscent of Skyward Sword here, which may have been the reason why they chose to release Skyward Sword this year. Or re-release. Anywho, this looks fun. You're just sky high under this little island here. This is exactly what I wanted, like, Skyward Sword to be, so it's cool to see them, like, re-explore this idea. The Paraglider once again returns. We're seeing all these little islands. This little structure here, I don't know what it is, but it looks like a little dungeon. Maybe there's, like, a little area to explore. One thing I really like about this is how many of the islands there are. So one issue with open world games is that they're so big, you can't possibly fill them up to the brim. I think Breath of the Wild 1 did a good job of that, but it wasn't perfect. So here, you could probably see these little islands here having more concentrated elements. Like, maybe there's a big old boss right here, a big old baddie who will just push you off the ledge like Zelda did in Skyward Sword. And Link will probably fall and die. Good stuff. Right here, this looks very lush and pretty. I love the color palette here. We're seeing so many other islands, so there's no shortage of where to explore. And I'm going to assume that we're going to be re-exploring the original land of Hyrule, and I'll get into more on that in a second. But this is just cool. Look at old grizzly Link. Makes me want to grow my hair out, but it bugs me to smithereenies, so nope. Short hair Steve for life. Look at him run. The birds are chirping, flowers are blooming. You guys can fill in the rest of that reference. Yeah, I want to know like how you can explore these islands, how you're supposed to get to them. I have a theory, and I guess we'll see that in a sec. I love this arc here, this little Japanese archway here. That's pretty cool. Shows a little bit of inspiration here and there for the Breath of the Wild. This guy, this little man right here, this lizard-looking thing. This looks cool. Enemy variety was something Breath of the Wild lacked. Here we have some kind of guardian thing that's reptilian. It also looks like it may have been from Skyward Sword. I'm trying to remember the enemy name, but it's probably from the fire dungeon. But this guy looks like he has like a wind element. You can see this little medallion-like thing here. Could be a weak spot, could be a power source. I'm going to assume we're going to have to shoot these things and blow them up to smithereens. I'm using that word again. I've never used that word before. Smithereens. Dang it. I used it again. Anywho, this is probably glass and it'll probably shatter everywhere. I imagine it also opens its mouth and maybe grabs Link and just chucks him across. You're like on the top of the floating island. You're just climbing up and the guy's like, oh, hi. Nope. Get off of my tower, buddy. Or my floating island. These are my Doritos. My island, my private property, whatever you want to say. This guy looks cool. Well, I'm going to call him Jeffrey. All right, bye, Jeffrey. Another really cool element, spinning off the pre-existing enemies. The exaggerated horn's a little interesting. I'm not sure why they did that. Probably just to make it feel different, but I'm all for the change. Why not? Maybe there's a new feature where Link can grab the horn, chuck it out of him, and just, you know, slice and dice. You could use the Stalfo's arm in the last game. Maybe you could use their horn. Why not? Let's get a little more M-rated here. Anyways, the Talos riding these guys, just being the little chauffeur is really cool. I love this idea. There's no new shortage of ideas in this game. This just looks so neat. And then here we have the Crusty Hand. Good old Crusty Hand, the hand of evil, or maybe the hand of good, who knows? Or maybe it is really just some sort of random disease, who knows? Either way, he needs to cut his fingernails, and you can't see me because there's a webcam in the way. He needs to cut his damn fingernails, man. Cut your fingernails, Link! Do it! Moving on. Sorry, I lost my cool there for a moment. It's just fingernails are disgusting. They're gross. Alright, here we go. Here's something cool here. We got, like... This is like Dio right here from JoJo's. I'm sure nobody here has ever seen JoJo's or heard of Dio. But here, I'll give you a hint. The world! Metal ball. Here's the ball. Here's the yellow thing here. Goes into a chain reaction, going back in time. Woo! That looks fun. Let's see that again. Ugh, fingernails. Woo! Anyways, I can't imagine how they're gonna do that. That looks like so much fun just to mess around with. I can only imagine the possibilities for that mechanic. Maybe you can like toss the boulder down like you could in Breath of the Wild and make it come back up. Maybe ride the boulder. Maybe some cool speedrun tactics. Then we have this little guy right here. And here's the little dragon arm, as we can see through the superb quality. I'll zoom it in. Zoom. Let's see if I can make that editing work. Anywho, here we go. We got this giant worm thing, more enemy variety. That's always a plus in my book. I'm also going to assume this is a new weapon variety, which is really cool. Like, here it is. Ooh, burn the worm. Burn it, Link. And I'm going to assume there's going to be a variety of attacks. Maybe there'll be fire. Oh, no, wait, there is fire. Maybe there'll be ice. Maybe there'll be electricity. Maybe there'll be a fart gun. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like Despicable Me. Maybe there'll be one that makes me a sandwich, because I'm actually kind of hungry right now. It's getting close to dinner time. Anywho, another cool thing is this cave. Ooh, this was something I really, really wanted in the original Breath of the Wild, exploring caves. There were caves in the original game, but they were kind of underwhelming. They were there, they had very pleasing music, but end of the day, I wanted to fully explore caves. That's what makes Zelda fun, that sense of exploration. And we have this thing. I'm going to assume this is some kind of, like, transportation thing. Like, this is like the new towers. See all these islands? It's going to be hard traveling every single one, so there's probably some designated spots like this. Something that looks like that, Link turns into water or something, just phase through freaking solid objects like a superhero that I can't think of. Passable, structureless, manaless. I don't know. Marvel should hire me for naming their heroes. Anywho, this view is really cool. More cool structures, which is another thing I think Breath of the Wild lacked. You can see a bunch of them over here. Another one right there. I love that. One thing I've always wanted to see in Breath of the Wild was like a random mansion somewhere in like the world. Kind of like in Twilight Princess. Like the sixth dungeon boss with the Yeti. That'd be so cool if we could explore a mansion. Somebody just like puts one up. There's enemies in there, dungeons. Maybe the Yeti guy returns. That'd be cool. Best snowboarding minigame was in Twilight Princess, and then this game became the best snowboarding minigame. And I just noticed that this thing right here looks like Lizard Face over here, Jeffrey. It looks like Jeffrey over here. These little ears. So Jeffrey is important. Remember Jeffrey. All right, browsing out. This is an existing part of the game. I don't remember, and I don't really want to look it up right now. A lot of islands, places to explore. But yeah, I can't wait to find all the cool treasure there, or whatever, enemies. I'm hyped. I really hope they bring back other enemies like the Dark Knight and the little pea hats. I think the pea hats would be really cool in this game. Remember them from Ocarina of Time? The little things are like little helicopters or whatever. Making all these goofy sounds and noises or whatever. And here's Hyrule Castle. I'm going to assume it's also where the main boss is, final boss. And you could probably go there at the very beginning if you want. And you can catch me streaming that on day one at twitch.tv/SteveMWS. We're going straight to that castle, boys and girls. I'll beat Ganon with my freaking eyes closed. It'll be like Smash Brothers. Because he's the worst character in that game as of today. Anywho, there's also one more thing I wanted to go over. One thing I noticed when I was, like, perusing the trailer. Jeffrey! Here we go. Chat, notice anything? Notice anything interesting here? That's Death Mountain, but there's something missing. That's right, chat. No lava. No magma. No hot stuff. No thick lava. So that means Death Mountain might be dried up, and you won't scorch to a crisp just trying to walk through it. So maybe we can explore the places where there used to be lava, hence the mountain. So that'd be a really cool dungeon. I would really like to see them remix the dungeons up, so that way, instead of it being like a temple or the shrines, it's just like actual diversified dungeons, like the Rocky Caves or a Sky Temple, kind of like Twilight Princess and all that. I'm a little biased. But yeah, that also raises the question, maybe there'll be some other areas of the game that are like this too. Maybe the frozen area near Rito Village will be lava now. Maybe Rito Village will just be collapsed. Maybe someone will just punch the rock off and it'll be like a bridge and rip Rito Village. Maybe Zora's Domain won't have any water. Actually, that'd be really cool if there's no water in Zora's Domain. Just thinking about that makes a lot of sense. Like, there's nothing but water under Zora's Domain. They could throw, like, something cool down there. Like, anime girls or something. I don't know. Breath of the Wild had a lot of Wait, did they have waifus in this game? I don't know. Not my thing. But I'm sure somebody likes waifus. Somebody out there likes Zelda in this game. Actually, what am I saying? A lot of people like Zelda in this game like that. Anywho, we could also see Dodongo in here. I loved Dodongo as a kid. That character was cool. I used to call him Dodongus or something like that because I thought it was funny. Anyways, I hope they bring back a lot of classic enemies. I think there's a big opportunity for that. And overall, I'm super excited for the new mechanics, just re-exploring the world of Hyrule once again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, I'll do more in the future. I might do one of Elden Ring, because I am also a Dark Souls fan as well, even though I'm not great at that game. Actually, you know what? I'm the best at that game. You heard it here, folks. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll keep pumping out that content. All right, see you later. Bye. So Jeffrey is important. Remember Jeffrey.